Wolfgang, we back in this thing. Back with a brand new video for y'all today. I'm gonna give y'all a few pieces of advice as like men, right? A few pieces of advice that if you follow this, it'll change your mentality when it comes to dating. It'll change your life. You'll have a much easier time. Um, you'll have more successful relationships, right? A couple of these things I had to learn, and it really had a major effect on me because I'm like, damn, if I would have learned these things sooner, I probably would have had, better luck. But it's all good. Don't matter when you learn them, as long as you learn them. All right. So let's just hop into this G thing. All right, and bear with me because I got some. I wrote them down on my phone, so when you see me looking down, trying to whatever, I'm looking at my phone. So without further ado, the first one. You have to know your values and you should never compromise those values. No matter how beautiful or sexy you think a woman is, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So, one thing you have to know is you have to figure out, okay, what's my core values? What do I believe in? What do I stand for? Right? What will I tolerate? What won't I tolerate? And once you figure those out, you got to stick by them. That's key because dudes, it's dudes with some values, with certain standards, right? But it seems like when they find that woman, where they feel like, oh, this could be the one, they'll let their guard down. And as soon as they let their guard down, that's when, hey, they end up being let down themselves, right? They end up being disappointed because they didn't stick with their values that they set out with. So always have like boundaries and standards and don't compromise it, right? Don't compromise it because you're going to regret it. Number two. All right. Number two. I actually made a video about this. Never argue with a woman. Never argue with a woman, right? Women are good at that. You're not going to win an argument when it comes to a woman. So the best way to win an argument is to avoid it. Avoid it, right? Don't waste your emotional energy going back and forth with a woman because you're only going to feel drained afterwards. You communicate with a woman. If y'all have disagreements, if y'all have issues, you communicate them. But if it's not going nowhere, if y'all can't just talk like adults and it leads to arguments, then hey, you just cut it off, stop, and go about your way, right? And maybe revisit it at a later date. But what you don't do is sit there and go back and forth trying to argue with her, trying to get her to see your point, trying to use logic when she's using emotion. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So never argue with a woman. Number three. Okay, so if she doesn't respect you, if she's not showing any reciprocation, if you're doing most of the work, she's not meeting you halfway, you gotta bend over, break your back just to please her. Well, you let it be known. You check her first, right? Hey, look, baby, I feel like I'm doing most of the work. Hey, if you're not ready to meet me halfway, let me know and I'll be on my way. Simple as that. You check her, let it know. Let it be known. If she doesn't, if she still doesn't follow suit, then hey, you just hit the door, right? You hit the road. Simple as that. You hit the road, Jack, and don't look back. You feel me? Because again, we want respect, right? We want respect. As a man, you should want respect, right? You ain't gotta be liked, you ain't gotta be loved, but we damn sure gonna be respected, right? So if she don't respect you, then you need to let her go and go find somebody else who gonna reciprocate and respect you. All right. Next one. Number four. Really ask yourself, if you're dealing with a woman right now, you gotta ask yourself, any woman that you're dealing with, Can I see myself marrying her? Right? Can I see myself spending the rest of my life with her? And if the answer is no, then it's time to go. Right? If the answer is no, it's time to go, because you're just going to keep buying time, right? You're just going to keep delaying the inevitable. If you don't see yourself with a person, then it's better to just cut it off, right? Right then and there. Don't waste that person time. Don't waste your own time, right? Don't cheat yourself. Be fair to them. Be fair to you. A lot of times, a lot of people go through this. They know they can't see themselves with a person, but yet they'll stay, right? Due to whatever reason, but it never works out. All right. So, hey, don't do it. Next one. Number 5. Never chase a woman. Never chase a woman. If a woman really likes you, if she's really interested, she's going to meet you halfway. She's going to make it easy, right? You're not going to have to take her to these expensive restaurants, get her nails done, her toes did, her hair did, get her a whole mommy makeover. You ain't got to do all that. If she like you, she like you. Just it's many of women out here with dudes that's not doing nothing with themselves, but yet the girls stick around. Why? Because they like them for them, right? The dudes ain't got nothing to offer, but yet the girls stay right by their side. So that lets you know, hey, you ain't got to chase. If a woman like you, she gonna come to you. You ain't got to try to, oh, let me trap her down, let me force her. Hell no, don't do that. So never chase. If she don't like you, replace. Simple as that. Next one. Number 6. Only date women that add value and peace to your life. Them are the only women you should be dating. If she ain't bringing you peace, she ain't making your life easier, if she ain't adding value, then hey, she don't need to be around, right? Because a woman either gonna help you build, or she's going to help you destroy yourself. You choose. She's not helping you build, then it's time to go. It's time to go. It's either one or the other. She's going to help you fly or help you die. You choose which one you want. All right. Next one. Let's see. Hey, this kind of goes back. I already talked about it, but I'm gonna just end it right here. This is the last one. But again, you gotta ask yourself: is she, when you around this chick, do she make you feel like a king, or does she make you feel like a peasant? Right? Do she make you feel like a king, or does she make you feel like a peasant? If she make you feel like a peasant, it's time to go. Right? Every woman should be, well, I'll say this: you got to act like it, but she should be treating you like a king. If you ain't acting like a king, then hey, she probably ain't gonna treat you like one. But if you know you're on your shit, if you know you're on your purpose, if you know you treat her with respect and all that good stuff, right? Then she should treat you accordingly. She should treat you as a king. If she's not, then that means she's not a queen. And it's time for you to go find one, right? It's time for you to go find one. Simple as that. So, hey, I got to get in this job, but I'm going to end it right there. I don't know how many signs that was, but those are just a few pieces of advice. You feel me? If you follow these advice, you'll save your life. Real talk. You'll make things way much easier. You'll go through a lot of less trouble. So, hey, take heed. If you made it this far, I want you to put change my life. Because that's what this advice would do. Change your life. Your dating life for sure. So, all right, like, comment, subscribe. Get this in the algorithm. To the next video. Isley.